And yes, good morning. This is Randy, and how you doing? That little bit piece right there was made with a music app called GroovePad, but my very own compilation put together. Just wanted to just tell you that and also give the credit where credit is due to the app that made it possible for me to give you nice music. I hope everyone is doing well this morning, taking into account that, well, you know, let me say this. Before 2020, just say 2020 just wraps it up in one. I don't think you'll ever hear anybody say 2020 with a smile. There'll be those ones, you know what I mean? They'll have a special on them saying, I kept it together through 20, everything, yeah, I can't rather give it what it deserved and not put a grateful stamp on it. I just, yeah, no, no. Maybe another time. But right now, I just want to say before all of this, people were going through things and went through stuff and all that. You know what I mean? But it was just so intense that the whole world was impacted. None of us had ever been through anything like this before. You know, and there was, a hand pick of people. And obviously very, very up in age. And I can't really call it if they've all passed now, but since we've been, there in the last year there was one in a retirement home. I don't know if she passed, but there were a few that spoke about a time where a pandemic had, from 19, so that's a whole nother story. But my point is that as a country and then a world, because there's more than just our country on this planet. If you didn't know, now you know. Experience this together, right? And so that's why I was just like, whoa. So I say this to say it's not like people weren't going through rough, hard patches, even, just madness and pain before this, but it just made an awareness. And I can honestly say that I don't just see this as a where I reside situation or even a country situation. This is a worldwide situation. And I think people need to really look at it like that because we inhabit this world together, you know? And so we must change our thinking ourselves. See, because what is happening here before us, and you can lie to yourself until you're blue in the face all you want to. It's a programmed way of thinking. If you don't believe me, go ahead and find out and read. Learn about your brain. Do you even know what anything in your head does and why and when things develop and which side of the brain functions with the other side of the brain to make you feel or think a certain way? Do you know that is the access to how you are probably whatever you're doing right now? To be honest with you, yeah, yeah. If you are watching TV and specifically watching something that was targeted towards you, all of that stuff, the endorphins, that's what, you know what I mean? The dopamine feeling and all that stuff. That's how marketing and all that works. All that comes together to get us to do certain things, to be sparked by certain things, to react to certain things. I mean, without your brain, what happens? Not a damn thing, you know? But once you know that, that's why when to know yourself truly, how do you know yourself? First of all, that's a whole nother story about the creation of you, which I had this talk before, it makes no sense when no one seeks the creation of themselves but wants to know themselves. It's like, are you knowing yourself or are you knowing what you were programmed to know about yourself? So that's deep. I don't think you have anything else really going on to not really care about that. That to me, in my head, in my logical head, that makes a lot of sense. We want to know everything else. I want to know how to do this. I want to know how to make this, but don't want to know a damn thing about yourself. That shit is insane to me. I don't even understand that kind of language. I don't. I don't. Sorry. Next. Um, but anywho, so I mean, you weren't born into this world with these thoughts in your head. I mean, someone put them there. That's why we were like, oh, that's the sky. Oh, that's that. Oh, that's mom. Oh, that's that. It doesn't really just track back to our parents. They weren't just here either. You know, some things are learned behaviors or, you pass along in your teachings. And then some things are just, you know, your little programs, just, programmed away, you know. But this is the thing. Because, our brains unlock and can be unlocked and unleashed. You have no idea. That's why it's been hidden away. I'll give you a clear example. If you're not interested in this, you can carry along with your program thinking. But these things are factual. You can go read and stuff yourself. This is just an interest. Most people are interested in things like this. But if you are interested in being successful or doing certain things, I'm just saying, if you just want to master some shit, master your brain. Duh. But hey, it's not all your fault. They really did a good job tucking that key away. But if we keep talking about, oh, the future, our next generation, we got to do this, got to do that, and we're just still talking about it, I wonder why. You didn't even think about it, did you? Because you and all of us, in such a short time, it feels like, I mean, look how fast 2020 ripped through here. As soon as you can open your mouth to say what is that? What now? What? Shit, it was 2020 what? Come on now. As you speak, you move. As you talk, you walk. Questions turn into questions or the same question. Be in movement already. We ask, we wait for answers, we sit, we do nothing. You need no one to get it to get it cracking, to get it moving, to get whatever it is you're trying to do going. You could multitask. I mean, the brain is a powerful thing, but it just was hidden. I know, right? They're good, so good. But when you know about your cognitive thinking and behaviors and stuff, I suggest you find out what's going on with your own brain. Learn yourself. That's truly knowing yourself, right? Without any excuses. Well, I don't know that stuff. You have to go to. No, you don't. They tell you. So you teach yourself all the time. If these Man, let me tell you something. Somebody can talk till they blue in the face. Okay, a parrot can talk. Okay, you're talking. Probably regurgitating and talking about something that was put into you. Like, put something into yourself. And let's stop using excuses that the world is a big lie and we can't blah, 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 blah. Your creator, God, by the way, if you give him no credit, that's probably why you're lost. I don't really understand that. That's like us having a kid and he gives us no recognition and he just like, no, this little fool didn't. Yeah, things that baffling, correct? There are certain things. See, the world moves fast and fast and fast. You see how like when the pandemic hit and then boom and then everything just start hitting and they're like, okay, go back outside. You're like, whoa, yo, there's people still, but hate to say it like this, piling up. Like we didn't have time to even mourn or figure. It was like it hit us and you want us to go outside. Has anything chilled out since then? No. It's just like the next after the next after the next. There's a reason for all that. So you don't have time. So you don't remember. So history can repeat. So no one does make a difference. And that can become overwhelming and have so many different effects that you just got bullshit after bullshit, drama after drama, pain after pain. You know what I mean? A spark of hope. And you're like, wait, I thought there was hope. And then boom, and then you think some kind of change has been made, right? Because you got people clapping and getting awards. It's like, oh my God, it's peaceful. And the only thing that's changed is they showed you what's going on in the media, because that's how we really know what's going on. We don't even realize it. You feel like you in the mix, like you've been there. It's like, no, it's just that crazy box. Then when you don't even watch that, it's going to get you in some sort of fashion. But when that shit mellows down, it's all controlled. Then you feel like there's been a mellow down. How else? You know, we kind of feel like if there's nothing going on in the news, then everything's chill. That's not true, but it's a good tactic, right? Right, right. So yeah, so see how that works, and then it just keeps going and going and going and going. It's not gonna stop unless you stop it, because see, the things that are gonna happen in the world, and they're gonna take place, they're gonna happen, and the only way you're gonna be ready or ready to catch up or be healthy or anything and be useful at all, get your thinking right. We deserve to get our thinking right. Let me ask you a genius question. Being that I was in the field of education, right in the brink of everything, in that mix, with question marks over my head, like, things that make you go, the very thing that everything is centered in your learning process, how they, scale you and label you. The very thing sits with you every day. You know how you tap into the computer, you sign in, but no one ever thinks to sign in to the ultimate machine. That is your brain, right? Have you ever thought why they don't teach certain things in school? And I'm not talking about the program money. I'm talking about the thing that can get you, not the money. Because rich people, they don't work for money. you know, we do that, and that's why they put that there so we can keep us working for them. But that's another story. Well, that would be the very thing that you would be useless or non-existence wouldn't even matter, is your brain, okay? Now, being the fact that I am experienced in this area of actual being in a classroom and functioning and knowing what is taught and why it's taught, we just don't go in there and be like, oh, they're going to learn ABC, or they're going to learn this. It's called a Common Core. There's always a plan, a grand design to something. Somebody's designing somewhere what to put, what to teach. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with common sense or logic. That's a fact. Because that shit is like, what the hell? Like, when they gonna use? I used to think that when I was in school. Like, what we gonna use this for? Never used it. But I could tell you what we could have used. You know what I'm saying? This is just a whole common sense thing. But instead of common sense, they got Common Core. Learn what that is, especially if you have a kid in school. You should always know what your kid is doing. You need to know what they're learning, so you can know what they need to be learning, and you can have an active role in that, and not be that parent at the table just listening to the teacher tell you about your child's education. Feel me? How many will take that for, no, nah, they won't use that, but they'll use everything else I tell them. Girl, you can buy this over here. You know they're selling this over there. You know they blah, 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 blah. This has education. You should. Wait, what? You sleep? Lazy. Anywho, that mentality, the teacher, that's the teacher. That's going to be the mentality to get your kid left behind, labeled, or whatever. Yeah, as a teacher, but at the same time, is that how you think about your child in any other position? You'd be like, you the what's your call it, you take care of it, you know? And then, your child done learn some crazy shit because you didn't want to be involved or pay close attention. Yeah, you better watch that. Watch that. That's great thinking and all, I guess. It is their job, but in the world today, how many people have done their job correctly or did some really messed up stuff? Okay? You got to remember the world we live in today. You should always be observant in what your child is doing and where they're at. That never stops. Please, don't pick up that detrimental thinking because that's the teacher. That's another lazy way of thinking. Sorry, but I've seen it too much, and that's why parents didn't want to be involved. So, I just saying, don't call me. They don't answer the phone. They don't want to take them back home. They know you got behavior problems, stuff like that. So daycare, oh yeah, that was a winner. Daycare, it was. You would think it would be, but a lot of times it wasn't even about education. So therefore, if you're listening to this, you need to listen to this. The thoughts we create in our own heads about how something should work doesn't make it reality. So let's remember, God said, do not rely on your own understanding of things. But I mean, that makes a lot of sense. What and who are we? Like, make mistake. We are born into this world and born into this world of sin. People run from stuff every day, all day. Cowards run from stuff all day, and they use an excuse of, how do we know? How do you know a lot of stuff then? Stop and sit down and be quiet. That's why the world does what it does, so you don't sit down with self. You don't tap into your true nature and calling. Who you think put this pumping heart in your body, this brain? Man didn't do it. Now this we know. You trying every day though, don't he? They be trying to do all kind of stuff as we sit here programmed to do as they want us to do. You better do some real work. And if you don't have time, then they appreciate it. That's exactly what they wanted you to do. Not care, not try, don't look, don't seek. God says seek it the kingdom. I mean, I don't know. Everybody's not going to be, built for certain things or moved along. But let me tell you this much. And then we're going to move along to the reason why we need to, or how, or where you can start to control your own thinking. Say for instance, you know how this lovely Black History Month, that, hey, to each his own. Enjoy. Have a good time. Nobody's obligated to. And everybody, when I say everybody, I do mean melanin toned people, African American, Black, whatever you feel comfortable with. All feelings are valid. Can't nobody tell you how to feel about this month, because there's certain things that come with it. And I tell you this much, I will say, we damn tired of people trying to minimize and tell us, oh, you're complaining again. Let me tell you, oh Lord, I can't, let me tell you. It's certain things you wouldn't say to God, that you might want to watch it. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Because when you minimize somebody's life like that, what you think yours is going to be like, really, when the day comes? People just think this life's going to go on and on and on and on. Like there's no creator. That's the foolish way of living. And I can totally see how stuff repeats itself. And there are the ways of the world and things that we don't know. But what are you willing to do to find out? Sit down. Sit your ass down. Tune it out. We waste so much time doing other stuff that we don't even give ourselves, or we don't even give God the time. Everybody runs from it. He ain't running from you. He gave your ass life. He cared enough to wake you up in the morning, and you didn't say thank you. You ran straight to whatever your program thinking told you to do, until the day you're fighting for your life, or standing next to somebody else fighting for their life. Be grateful for the life you have right now and where it came from, because anything else in it is going to diminish anyway. You came in here without it, you're going to leave without it. So lesson 101. We can start off with our thinking. When I get up in the morning, what and who am I grateful for? Why am I here? What is my purpose? And what am I going to do today to be a better person and give thanks to? But what is my purpose? And what is my life truly about when you take away all this man-simulated stuff and you standing there before your creator? But some of y'all not ready for that. And that don't even matter. It's fine. It shows what pivotal part you've gotten to in your life. Who will stand, who will not. Who knows? But if you don't know or think that there's anything else more to life than what man simulation has put in front of you, Matrix, hmm, then you haven't unleashed shit in your brain and you had the key all along. Get that key so you can pass it on. Don't pass the same bullshit on to the kids. If we haven't learned nothing new, if we haven't done nothing new, and if you haven't opened up and learned any more internally, the shit that you can't see, the shit that you don't know, that stuff, if you haven't sought the unseen, you're not passing much along. Thank you. This is Brandy with AM Morning Mindset. Peace.